Thousands of years were required to discard the notion of nobility and divine right of rule. Today many in the world have an understanding that there is no birthright to rule over others as a king. But the deviousness of evil has pushed the burden upon individual concepts, instead of upon itself. Evil teaches modern peoples that royalty and dictators were a mistake, but that submission to your neighbors is right. In early U.S. history, the majority allowed the enslaving and systematic dehumanization of Africans. Did the law of democracy moralize slavery? Theories such as majority rule are inherently evil. Evil would have you believe that evil is good, and that freedom is anarchy. From the position of a free individual, it is horrendous to watch members of a democracy not only swallow the rule of law, as inflicted in all manner and form upon their lives, but also to witness the selfsame victims inflict differing versions of morality upon their neighbors. Some people believe that democracies are a safe and proper form of government since the majority of people are decent. They believe that the majority will set proper rules for the minority. This belief teaches two lies. First, that there is nobility in law, that it is right to force the minority to obey. Second, that the minority, if left to themselves, will destroy the lives of everyone else. The minority are controlled and forced by a system of police and law to conform to the correct manner of behavior defined as crime. None of this has anything to do with defending the liberty of the majority. It is about controlling the minority. It is about conditioning the majority to the taste of evil. The thirst for power over others is the lure of democracy. There is no majority. The modern history of powerful democracies has shown that there is no such thing as the majority or the minority. Factions of ideologies within populations fragment democratic societies into countless splinters. Different approaches, compromises and rules break apart any possibility of a single majority, while still creating endless compulsion via law. Because of this, you are guaranteed, regardless of who you are, to be in some majority circles and some minority circles. You will taste of both the control over others in dictating law, and in the slavery of having law dictated upon you. Your neighbor, who may otherwise think like you, will be willing to sacrifice your liberty to achieve some of his means. Likewise, in a democracy, you will be tempted to make criminals of your neighbors. As soon as culture teaches people that it is right and proper to destroy liberty under any premise, authority splinters and tyranny grows. Violence and destruction. Democracy creates violence and destruction. Democracy teaches people that it is proper to inflict your will by force upon others. Indeed, it teaches people that they are entitled to take anything from their neighbors by force. Democracies are always welfare states, because everyone is able to create laws legitimizing theft. The strongest democracies have the highest taxation and the most regulation. Government employees are able to influence laws to benefit their own positions and salaries. The more regulation created, the more opportunities for pirating in the name of propriety. Many wish to control behavior in the name of religion, environment, economics, decency and safety. Democracy teaches that these things have more value than human beings. Evil always teaches that achieving specific behaviors from people is more important than the people themselves. Evil would have you believe that righteousness is found in propriety, instead of in you. When democratic cultures strengthen, it is obvious to everyone that the legitimacy of law is a farce. Any law is noble as soon as it becomes law. What would be considered the crimes of kidnapping, mugging and murder are now committed for you, in proxy by police. Mature democracies will find certain people who begin dispensing with the excuse of law and simply take what they want when they want it. This is no more evil than law, just more efficient. The height of democracy is the chaos of men stealing from men, destroying each other's liberty at will, and crushing the human spirit simply because they can. The height of democracy is an inability to think, to speak, or to act for fear of law. This is not anarchy, this is tyranny. Tyranny is always disguised as culture and law. Perfect evil. To understand the nature of democracy, it is essential to understand that evil is the destruction of freedom. The stability of control is the engineering design of culture. The more stability that authority can be exerted with, the better. Stability in history is non-existent. Wars have been fought continually, empires have been born and destroyed throughout the millennia. Nearly every excuse for tyranny has been tried, and eventually overcome. Human beings seek liberty in their lives, because liberty is the nature of humanity. Liberty is life. Our continual struggle against evil has been recorded by history. Evil has eventually lost every war it started. This is a testament to the strength and goodness of humanity. It is also a testament of the adaptability and evolution of evil. Every form of tyranny has failed because people eventually recognized it and retrieved their own liberty. Evil has found a solution to its losses in making partners of its slaves. Democracy is the greatest evil that can possibly exist. It is a greater evil than communism, and a greater evil than royalty. All other forms of tyranny are obviously evil because they allowed a few to control the lives of all. Freedom was destroyed for nearly everyone. Democracy, however, teaches that you are free enough to vote, a seemingly better system.
It obviously is evil.
It legitimizes other people voting away your freedoms. This makes it evil.
No,
What
because,
makes it pure evil, and the greatest form of evil that...
I have to agree with this. Because as we have seen, like I was going to vote for Trump, and I had to vote by mail, and I didn't make it. But Trump won this state anyway, so I wasn't stressing. But in a way, I almost didn't want to vote. I had that feeling. And now, having the feeling that even if we vote, or even if I chose and voted for the winner, that it was just stolen, then it is evil. And they made another good point. They said it just allows anyone else to become the tyrant instead of the general or the king. And that is also true. This book is from the book. It's called Breaking the Chains of Evil. Um, I found it. It was suggested by Black Earth Productions Sethicus Boza. He has a very interesting um, thing he's doing. Check him out. Have a wonderful night, y'all.